In this video, I'll be showing you some cool and easy quick tricks to color grading your photos with Photoshop. One quick and easy way of making your photos pop and look better in Photoshop is for you to use the camera raw filter. When you've opened up your image, just go right click on the image, right click on the background layer, then convert the image to smart object. With this layer converted to smart object, you can now go into camera raw and readjust whenever you feel like. To get into camera raw, you could hit Command O option plus Shift and A on your keyboard to jump straight into camera raw filter. Now the image is a little bit dull. What you can do is check your exposure, just balance up the light in the image. So for this particular image, I would increase the exposure a little bit. I can go all the way up. I'm watching the histogram to know how far I can go. So I push my exposure up a little bit and maybe pull back some highlights to recover some highlight details. Next, I could go into the color adjustment settings and warm up the image if I want it a little bit warmer. Push up my vibrance, and you already have an amazing image from this point on. We're trying to create some color grades, and we can start doing the color grading right inside the camera raw filter. This is a smart object. I can now work on the camera raw filter anytime I like. I want to create a distinct look to the image, so I would come to the selective color. The selective color is one adjustment layer in Photoshop that you can use to color grade your image. So selecting the reds, adjust the red, the cyan, check on the magenta. I'm already creating a look. And the yellows, tweak the yellows as well. And I could darken the reds or brighten it. Brighten or darken. Now, because I'm working with a dark skin model, I would like to darken the reds and also the yellows. So I would just go and darken this two part to make the dark skin look even darker and richer. With this, the image will pop. So I'll continue to keep moving the sliders and checking it to see. I go extremes just to see what it looks like on either side of the extreme of the slider, and then I choose where I would prefer it to be. Not much, I wouldn't need to do much on this, okay, but we're already having a look. So I'll move through. Now for this image, this first image, I want to make it look a little warm and kind of brownish, give it a brownish feel. So come to the yellow and tweak, move the yellow towards that brown color. Go back to the red. The red is going off, so I need to go and readjust the reds. Yeah. Yellow in the red. I need some more yellow in the red. And yeah, keep my red still dark. Go to yellow and work it even more. Find the blue. Cyan and blue will help me touch on the blue and cyan colors in the image. Yeah, okay. Leave this. And with just these few steps, I already have a distinct look on this image. So now with this, I'm fine with these few settings. Let me just touch a little more with on the cyan, and I move on to the next. Magenta, yellow. I'll go back to the yellow and do a little more adjustment. Yeah, so I can tweak this a little more by using another adjustment settings, and that's going to be my hue and saturation adjustment layer. So the same thing, just like I did with the selective color, I would come into the hues and saturation and start picking on different colors here. Come to the reds, and with the hue and saturation I can adjust more things that I couldn't work on inside the selective color. So let's check our hue again. Okay, the hue is fine. Maybe I'll just reduce the colors. So find a way to reduce the color. I'm going to reduce lightness but still pop the saturation of the red. Come to the yellow, tweak it and see what I can do here. Yellow is looking okay. I will toggle back and forth just to know how far I'm going, to know if what I had before is better or not, and where I need to adjust more. I think the skin is looking quite red, but it's a look, it's a style. You could choose to go with the red or make it more orange. I would like to make it a little more orange, so I'll go back to the red and take back what I added in before, just a little bit. And yeah, that's it. The blue, I could decide to get more blues into this shot by increasing the saturation of the blue or taking it out completely. Just depends on the mood I want to create from this image. So I would add more blue. I'll increase the saturation of the blue to add more blue. Tweak the hue a little bit just to make it look teal. With this, I'm going for a teal and orange feel. And I'm good with this. I'm okay with this one. The image looks okay, it looks fine to me like this, but I can still go ahead and just play with a little more adjustments. One other adjustment I like to play with is the channel mixer. I like how the channel mixer really changes the images. Very drastic changes actually. Now I'll let you see how it works. With this, we are working with 3 channels: the red channel, the green and blue channel. Once you pick the red channel, see how much more red you want on the red channel. Reduce the green, the blue as well. So I'll come to the blue channel, and it's getting warmer now. 2 or 3 of these adjustments can get the job done, but I'm just walking through this adjustment settings so that you can see how they all play around with the image. So this is our before and after. Then I'll create another hue and saturation layer on top so that this layer can override the other layers. I want the sky to be a little more realistic. It's too greenish, so we'll be changing that. So go to the green slider and pull back the green, and maybe desaturate it a little bit. Increase the lightness so that area can get brighter. Then go to my blue layer, my blue, and click on blue. Increase the colors in the blue because I want the blue color on the outfit, on the dress, the clothing to show. Back to the green and cyan. Do the same thing for the cyan, just to add some interesting colors in the shot. I'm popping my cyan. So with this, I already have a look for the image. So far, that's our before and this after. The before and after. If you feel you've gone too far with the color effect, you can always dial it back down. I would select all of this and put my color grade in a group. That's before the color grade, and this is after. If it's too much, I can dial it down. That's before and after. But I want the whole effect, so I'm just going to push it up to 100%. By default, when you open up an image in Camera Raw, you get the Adobe RGB 1998 settings. It's an 8-bit setting and it's usually not the best. It's 240 ppi. You can enhance this so you can have a better color rendition to work with while you're color grading. So you can either click on this or you come up here to this settings icon and it will pop up. I prefer to change my color space to Pro Photo, increase my depth to 16 bits, and also I can change my resolution to 300 pixels per inch. It's one of the best settings for prints. I'll click on Open in Photoshop as Smart Object so that if I need to, I can come back and adjust settings again. So I'll click OK and Open Object. So because I want to start by working straight from Camera Raw, I would click back the Smart Object layer so it can take me back into Camera Raw. So while I'm in Camera Raw, there are a few settings I'd like to work with. I can check through profiles. So the profile here kind of works almost like when you're changing your settings, your picture profile settings in a camera. So you can have the landscape, you can choose portrait, you can choose standard or vivid. I would go for landscape just because I want to have more colors at the same time, still have some details, some information in shadows. I would like to make this image warm, so I'll push up the temperature. If there are any odd colors in the image, you could come to calibration and adjust the settings. So I'll push it all the way so that you see what happens. You can create a look by just doing this. Push it towards. If it's too reddish, I push the slider to the left. If it's too greenish, I push the slider to the right. I'll push it a little bit to the right because I'm trying to make the image look still brownish but more natural. The reds in the image can be adjusted here, either saturated or desaturated. Greens as well, you can change your green and have a style already, have a look already in the image. Now we can see what it looks like before and after. Let's see how much more color grading we can pull out of our image using Camera Raw. We can go into the color grading and play with our highlights. Shadows. Mid-tone. The blend. I'm making subtle adjustments here because I already like the color I have created. Now we can use other adjustment settings to still work in this image. Let's pick the hue and saturation layer. Yellow down. So I'm just tweaking, adjusting the sliders back and forth, just trying to see what the image turns out to look like. If I have a look in mind, I could just go straight for that look. For this, there's no definite look I'm gravitating towards. And while doing this edit, I'm putting into consideration color theory. I'm selecting colors based on what I feel will make the image look like a balanced photo. So now I can work with some selective adjustments. So I would like to change the whole green foliage to brown. Take another hue and saturation slider, select that color. It's more in the yellow region, and I shift it. Then I'll invert the layer and select my brush tool, and with white selected, increased my brush size, opacity 100%, flow 100%, and I paint in the effect. Play around the colors. So there you have it. We've been able to transform our image just using these few adjustments. Don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in another video.